Hey, what's up? It's Ashley motherfucking Course. So, this was a topic that actually came up in a conversation yesterday on social media. People are always super impressed with my ability to eat healthy and work out, like, no matter what is going on in my life. Like, no matter what is going on in the world, no matter what's going on in my personal life, professional life, even people who are older than me, I'm 28 years old, even people who have more life experience than me are impressed that I can just kick ass and rinse and repeat every single fucking day. And this live stream is going to go into that, as well as a opportunity for you to work with me one-on-one or in a group, at the very end. So just a FYI, if that's something that's been on your mind, you want to stick around to the end. If not, then you can pop off then, no problem. So it's multiple things, okay? So this is a topic that I delve into, especially with my one-on-one clientele. Every single one of them had gone through something crazy. That was why they had gained weight. That's why their health habits went to shit. So I really work with people who have that issue going on. Doesn't matter if they're a business owner or not. I've worked with people who have a 9-to-5 corporate, and kick ass at that. And I've worked with people who are business owners and they kick ass at what they do. So it really depends on the person's situation, stuff like that. But really, it's come down to several things. So for one, the habits I instilled years and years ago, like literally 15 years ago, once I got to the 6-month mark, I want to really even say the 3-month mark, it really wasn't hard. Like, as crazy as that sounds to people, it just was as easy as brushing my teeth, because I had done it for so many days and so many weeks, and there's a bunch of studies that have been done on that. Once you get past a certain day or a certain month, it really becomes like second nature. But then that doesn't explain very well the people who have done it for months or even years, and then something throws them for a loop and they completely relapse or they gain all the weight back, something like that happens. That doesn't explain very well why that happens. Because I have seen it happen. I have seen people who have had great health and fitness habits, and then something happens unforeseen or foreseen and it throws them for a loop and they go completely left field. So I don't entirely buy into the fact that past a certain day or week or month you'll forever have these habits. There's more work that has to be done in order to get that result. And one of those things that I also work with people on is solving the root cause. Like, why is this actually going on in the first place, and solving it. So I had to do this dirty work when I was 13, 14 years old. I could not cope with death and dying at all. And I was a binge eater. I was addicted to sugar and junk food. It's all I was eating. Had no real workout habits at all beyond rec league sports every season. And it showed. I was really, really fucking old. I looked like I was in my 40s and not a J-Lo or a Shakira 40s. If you've seen that last fat photo that I always post everywhere, it looks like a different person. Honestly, I still have that outfit, still have that pearl necklace, still got all the yearbooks to prove it. I've actually taken screenshots of like my old fat photos over the years from my elementary school up until my last one in middle school, and then the ones I have followed after, up until I graduated high school. So I need to do a TikTok or something like that so you could see like the progression, the deeper into the binge eating and deeper into the food addictions I got, the worse that I looked. It was actually pretty terrifying. But I had to solve it. And a lot of the times people will think it's perfectionism. There's a difference. I don't think there's an issue with you actually solving a problem. I think people get too comfortable and they settle for existing with an issue or existing with a problem, and they won't actually solve it. And then they keep having the same issue. Like, people will settle for, well, I'm just going to always have to get back into shape. well, why can't we solve this root cause of why you keep going out of shape? Why do you keep going left field? Why do you keep getting off the wagon? Why not just solve it? Sometimes people don't want to actually solve it. They like settling. They like a mediocre standard. And that's just who they are. My clientele have never been that. They're never going to be that. People work with me because they actually we solve your fucking issue for good. That's not something that I take lightly. And people who pay me money do not have this like crappy standard for how they want their lives to go. That's just point blank. That's just how it is, and it sounds harsh or offensive, but there is a difference between the person who wants to have the same issue versus somebody who wants to just solve it and be done with it and be able to move on with their life and go to that next level. It's a difference that I see it in males and females. It doesn't matter if you're a business owner or not. I've seen it in a myriad of humans, so it really just boils down to, do you actually want to solve it or not? And fad diets, fad programs, they're not, I've done so much damn content on this shit. It's ridiculous. But that type of shit doesn't solve anything, okay? Like, it'll just get you to be deprived for a very short period of time. So yeah, you might lose some water weight. You might lose something, okay? Depending on whatever it is, but at the end of the day, there's no strategy beyond, I'm gonna starve myself, maybe lose a couple pounds of water weight, and then I'm gonna be so hungry, I'm just gonna go binge eat Taco fucking Bell and gain it all back. That's how that shit works. And then before you know it, 6 months later, it's bikini season again, or it's New Year's again, right? And it's kind of ironic how those are pretty much exactly 6 months apart. And then you'll see this big fad diet launch again. And then that's how they hook, line, and sinker you guys. Like, I've seen this all the time. I'm laughing not because it's funny, but because I lost the weight one time. One time. I've never gained it back. I have all the photos. I have all the videos on Amazon Photos with the date stamp and everything. I post those from time to time. I have it all on my sales pages and shit like that. They're everywhere. So you can go on my highlights, you can go on my sales pages. They're everywhere. But I lost the weight one time in 2008. I've never gained it back. I've never had an issue since. And that's incredibly valuable for the right person, because they don't want this constant tug of war with their habits, because it's exhausting, frankly. Number one, and number two, like, it's just a pain in the ass. Like, I remember when I kept gaining weight and I had to keep buying new clothing. It's annoying, even when you have the money to fling at it. I didn't grow up poor, and I'm very thankful for that. But it wasn't an issue for my family to buy me new clothing. But it was still a pain in the ass. Like, you still had to go try it on. You still had to get rid of your old shit. And I had like elephant feet. Like, this was something that happened, that when I lost weight, I didn't know what was going to happen. I had big swollen elephant feet, like ankles. I looked like I had diabetes because I was borderline. And I was so heavy, and I had so much water weight from all this the shitty food that I was eating. I lost a shit ton of weight in my ankles. I was actually wearing men's wide shoes, not because I wanted to, but because I had to. I could not fit in women's shoes. And my feet were so big. My ankles were so big. So, like, when I lost weight, it was almost like the Little Mermaid, like being out of water for the first time and having your sea legs, because I felt like I was on stilts. I was like, whoa, 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 like, what the hell is going on? Like, I felt like I was tripping over my own 2 feet half the time, because I got so used to having these, like, tree trunk ankles and tree trunk feet. And I just remember, like, the pains in the asses that I had with the extra weight that came with the food addictions. And honestly, like, I wouldn't go back. You could not pay me $1 million, $1 billion, $1 trillion to go back. And And some people just haven't reached that point of break yet. They're still seeking comfort in the old version of themselves, and they can't move forward for some reason or another. That is a huge reason why I see people just flip-flop, yo-yo with their weight. I mean, like, I see trainers do this too. It's crazy. They'll just weight every year, and I'm like, how the fuck are you energetically, like, compensating for this shit? I will never, I mean, like, it just doesn't make sense to me, right? Like, why, what's another example? There's other examples, but it would be like anything else in your life. Like, why would you intentionally and purposely, like, yo-yo yourself, like, flip-flop and tug of war with yourself in these situations instead of actually doing the work to solving the problem? I don't know why people do that. Maybe it's just filling some void. That's what I've seen. Maybe they're just filling a void, and they're just scared of change. A lot of humans fear change. It's natural to fear it. We're supposed to fear it. But I'm telling you, like, when you reach that breakage point, and you get to that next spot, you don't miss it. You don't miss it at all. Because you realize, like, it wasn't serving you in any fucking possible manner. And a lot of the time people will use, like, addictions, even if it's not to that level yet, they'll use stuff like food and substances and drinks to fill a void. Something's not there that they're not receiving, that's just they've got some sort of empty there, and they don't know how to cope and sit with their shit, and resolve it. And I mean, I had to do that when I was a teenager. I've seen grown adults where this is the case. And I've seen it in my clients too. Even when they talk to me on our very first call, they'll be like, yeah, like, I'm going through a divorce, and I don't have this part of my life together, so I overcompensate with going through fast food and binge eating it in the parking lot on my way home from work. And they'll feel like they're benefiting themselves, but in reality, they're just shooting themselves in the foot. They realize it, and then that's what prompts them to, like, work with me on a one-on-one or group basis. And then they're like, oh shit, like, this isn't actually solving the issue. It's just exacerbating pain, basically. And there's value in solving an issue. I use, like, the mechanic example a lot. Like, it'd be the equivalent, like, if you know you got a flat tire, you just put duct tape on it. What's going to happen? You're going to drive another 10 miles, maybe. The thing's going to go again. You keep doing it over and over again. You got to stop on the side of the road. If you've ever had a flat tire, most of us have. You know how much of a pain it is, especially when you're on, like, a busy road, expressway, whatever. You gotta get on the side of the road, to pull over, you gotta make sure there's no traffic, If it's dark out, you gotta, like, have lights on and shit. And then you gotta look at what's going on, but it'd be, like, the equivalent of you just slapping duct tape on it and not actually changing the tire, okay? Solving your weight loss for good is, like, actually changing the fucking flat tire, okay? I'm gonna say that again because so many times people do not grasp it, and they really don't see the value of it. But solving your weight loss for good is actually changing the flat tire, okay? You're not gonna have to keep going off on the side of the road, duct taping it together and slapping it slapstick and hoping you're gonna get another 10, 15 miles, okay? That's not helping anything. That's not helping you. That's not helping your vehicle. Your body's a vehicle. It sounds very hippie or woo-woo, but I mean, it's true. Like, if we're not solving this issue, it's going to keep cropping up, okay? And that's what I was finding, especially the last 2 years that I was overweight, and struggling with all the other issues. It kept cropping up. It kept showing up in ways that I didn't even think were possible until it happened. Like, my periods were so bad, okay? Like, the bleeding The bleeding alone, you would have thought I would have had something like endometriosis or something. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm saying that, like, I'm serious. I had periods so bad when I was heavy because I had no hormonal regulation at all. I had no healthy habits at all. And when you have healthier habits, your periods as a chick are better regulated, okay? I would be bleeding for half a month, okay? It was crazy. And I was like 12, 13 years old. And this is what I was dealing with in my thighs. Like, I will never forget the pain in my thighs. And I went to an OB-GYN because I thought I had something else wrong. And I'm not saying this is true for everybody, because sometimes you do have some shit wrong that's medical or something. That's like genetic, or it's not necessarily related to your weight, okay? A lot of times people don't understand, like, just because you lose weight, this doesn't mean you're never going to get sick again. It doesn't mean you can't ever get cancer, okay? There's plenty of in-shape people who have had cancer. It's just something that it just happens sometimes. So I didn't know, like, if it was something else going on. So I went, no, nothing. It was just the extra weight. And it wasn't just the extra weight, it was the habits that were causing the extra weight. And that, between that and the swollen ankles, the elephant feet, the issues just kept piling up. One after another. I had clinical grade acne. Once I started eating healthier, the shit went gone. Like, I'm not kidding. Now, sometimes it's not the case. And I know that as a biologist, I know that's not always the case. I'm not saying that's always the case, but for me personally, like, the extreme acne and that I had everywhere on my forehead used to just look like pepperoni fuck ass pizza. It's hard to imagine it now. But it did. That's what it looked like, and I had it all over my shoulders, my back, my chest. I mean, it was everywhere. It was so bad, and started eating healthier within about a couple months. It started clearing up, and then by the time, I want to say, like, 6-month mark, gone, for real, gone. Now, I had scars, but it was way better than dealing with the crap that I had all over my face and all over my body. It was all directly linked to that, to what I was eating every day. So in a sense, it's like, no, it's not perfectionism. It's like, I actually just wanted to solve my fucking shit. I wanted to solve the problem. I didn't want to keep having the problem year after year. And there's a difference between actually solving it and not. And if you're resorting to shit like going on these diets that don't ever work, they're not meant to work, like I've explained already in this video. If you're just settling for that, you're going to get settled results. And it sounds harsh, but it's just true. And like, this is how I've been able to maintain my habits no matter what. Okay? Like, you just get so used to actually embodying the habits, it becomes like brushing your teeth. It's not hard. It's not hard for me to wake up and eat healthy. It's not hard for me to go to the gym every day. It's not hard. I just fucking do it. Okay? It's not like I have to, like, mentally beat myself around and be like, oh, you don't eat healthy today. No, it's like I just do it. It's like I just get up, wake up, and I just do it. And I've been doing it for 15 years. It's not hard. It gets easier. It's the hardest in the beginning, in the first 30 to 60 days. But then once you get past that, and combined with the fact that we've actually attacked the root cause and we've solved it, you're golden. It's like you're home fucking free. Now, I'm not saying like you don't have to show up and do any work. You absolutely have to do the work. It would be like you thinking, oh, because you made $1 million one time, you're always going to have it. No, you still got to have the work done somehow, somewhere, right? Sometime you got to have the work done. So it's like, just because you lose 50 pounds, does that mean you never have to work out again. No, if you stop, it's just going to go back to ground zero. So it doesn't mean like you're home free, like you just get to lay out on the beach and do nothing all day. No. Or that you can go binge eat Taco Bell again and still look fucking hot. No, that's not true. You're still gonna have to do the work day in and day out. What it means is that instead of it being a battle, and instead of it being this like, oh my God, I don't really want to, oh my God, I don't feel like it, it's just like brushing your teeth. It's a duh. Instead of, it's like a duh. Like, duh, I'm gonna do this today. And you don't even have to think about it. Like, I don't have to think, I haven't had to think about it since the very beginning. Like, consciously, like, figuring out how to eat healthy those first 30 to 60 days. But then it was like, duh. This is my breakfast. Duh. This is my lunch. Duh. This is my dinner. Duh. And once you have those habits in place and we've solved the root cause, it's like, this is how. Like, no matter what has happened in my life, like, I've had full-time grad school with full-time work. I've had multiple day jobs at one time. Undergrad, full-time, multiple part-time jobs. I've had full-time work, full-time grad school, and starting up my business. What else? School, volunteering shit I've had to do, starting my nonprofits. I've had so much shit that has gone on kind of simultaneously. And my sister was sick like the whole time for all of that. Like from the time I was a senior in high school until 2 months ago, and I'm 28 years old, my sister was sick. So on top of like having full-time school and full-time work and also starting a business and nonprofits, like I also had that that was going on too. So like I would have to stop, drop, and roll. Something crazy would happen. She'd go into the ICU again, or she'd go into the hospital again. And I'm telling you, like, having the foundational work in place, like, it really was a duh for me to go work out, go eat healthy every day. And when I had all this shit going on, and it was just crazy, like just chaos, like nonstop. It still was easy for me to do it, to go work out and eat healthy, because I'd done it for so many years. It wasn't like, oh, well, this is happening now, I'm just going to stop, That would be like stopping your business or something, or stopping something just because something else is going on. Great. Let's all throw, it's just in the conglomerate of life. Let's throw it in there. Let's throw it in the pot. Okay, great. Now this person's sick. Okay. Now we're just going to handle it accordingly. It's going to be fine. It's not have something just throw an iron in the fire. Once you get past that 60, 90 day mark, it's like if we solved your root cause and the foundational work is done and we've set up your strategy, it's so easy. I don't even have to think about it. And I know that sounds disgustingly horrible to some people. You're like, some people might be, oh my God, it must be so nice with a pretty chick, with the eyelashes and shit. Oh, she never has to think about it. But, I used to look like 45 and overweight, and like I'd had like so many fucking kids when I was 13, 14 years old. I looked so old. And I was that person where I got made fun of so much because of what I looked like. And, I might look how I do now, but I haven't always been this way. I still remember what it was like. And once I solved it and I got my shit together, I've never had to fix it again, because I actually fixed the problem. And most of this live stream was talking about how the hell did I do it? How do I help my clients with that? And I've thrown in some examples, but it would be essentially like you just slapping duct tape on a flat tire and hoping you're going to get another 100 miles in. That's not going to happen, right? You're going to break down at mile 5, maybe, if you're lucky to get even that far. And solving your weight loss for good is like actually changing your is that actually changing out your flat tire, okay? That's what it feels like. It's so easy for me to go work out and eat healthy. And I've said that so many times in this live stream, but it's not like It's not like I have to think to myself, oh, my sister was sick or my sister died, woe is me, now I have to force myself to eat healthy and work out. No, it's just like brushing my teeth after I eat. Okay, I eat and now I brush my teeth. Oh, it's another day. I'm eating healthy. This is just the standard. This is just what it is. It became my new normal. That's been like kind of a term that's been thrown around the past 3 years, but you can always rewrite a new normal for yourself at any point in time. Like, there's no rule book to it. There's no like thing that's going to like crack down this fake made up shit of life. Like, oh no, if you eat all this junky food like for years, you have to just continue it. No, like, no. You know that to be true if you have a business, because like there's no crackdown rule book that's going to be like, oh no, if you've worked corporate for 10 years, you can never start a business. No, that's not true. Shit. Most of my working life, I was in like corporate shit since I was like 13 years old. Intern, but still. And it's just become like second nature. And it's invaluable because when I see people my age or even older than me where they're constantly doing this tug of war every year, like gaining, losing, not healthy, healthier habits, so consistent, not consistent, it's like watching like a carny from like distances, and you just hear the music, and it's like the music's getting faster and faster, and it's like nauseating to watch it happen. And I'm so happy I solved my shit 15 years ago with it. I'm not even kidding. Because with everything else that has been going on in my life, especially like the past several years, with everything, all the changes that have happened, it's like, I'm just so fucking thankful I actually solved that issue, because I don't know, like, I don't know what else would happen, and nobody does, but it's like, you never really know what's coming. So if we get it in place, and then it's like you're your own Wonder Woman or your own Superman, you can like take on anything pretty much. Like you're not immortal, but you're just kind of like, what's next, you know? Like what else is there? What else can I fucking do? You know, like on to the next one, basically. Like that Jay-Z album from 2009, that song, on to the next one. That's what it is. Like, you're like, on to the next one. Okay, great. We had this fucking challenge, we had this obstacle, we had this thing happen, and then it's like you feel like invincible almost, but pretty much. Like, I've been called Wonder Woman so many times by people either that I've dated or people that I've worked with, or just people that just encounter me on social media. They're like, holy shit, like, you're Wonder Woman. I'm like, nah, I was just, you know, I'm just me, you know, and my clients, they become their own Wonder Woman, their own Superman, whatever term they feel fits. And it's crazy. It's crazy to feel like that when I have felt a certain way for so long, and I don't regret it. Like I've had regrets in my life, but I don't regret changing my lifestyle, and a lot of people fear it. I've touched on it, like, people fear change, and that's one reason why they'll keep doing this constant back and forth, and they settle for that because they actually fear actually changing it for good. It's like getting cold feet before a wedding. You're like, oh my god, I don't know if I can commit to this, right? And you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna be like a runaway bride or groom, and then people will run away from their fitness habits. They're gonna run away from it instead of facing it head on and actually changing it. It's like they're wanting to try before they buy, like, so many times, and it's like at some point you gotta make a decision. Even Amazon's like this: try before you buy for 7 days. You either want it or you don't. If you don't return it within 7 days, you're charged for it. It's just how it is. But people will do this try before they buy so many damn times, year after year. I'm like, okay, do you want it? Do you not want it? Do you want it? Do you not want it? I can't function like that. I don't see how people function like that, honest to God. It would drive me batshit crazy. And I knew from that point, when it was my breaking point 15 years ago, I knew what was on my side of the grass was not going to serve me anymore, and I had to get to another pasture, you know, which was the healthier habits one, the fitness one, and it's like, I don't regret it. And a lot of the times, like, sometimes you just gotta make that jump. You're never gonna feel fully ready. I didn't. Hell, I didn't even know what the fuck was gonna happen. I didn't know what the fuck was gonna take place. I didn't know how the hell people were gonna take me and accept me or whatever. I didn't know shit. Like, if you had told me half the shit that's happened in my life back then, like, when I was in that decision-making process, shit, I don't even know if I would have taken the leap. I don't know. I don't think I would have. I think I would have backed out and would have been chicken shit. But here's the thing, like, certain things in life are going to happen no matter what. Like, it's just going to happen no matter what. And in my fucking humble little fucking opinion, I think is worth having an outlet that's not gonna fucking kill you, or an outlet that's not gonna fucking make your health go to shit or something like that. I feel like it's worth having something consistent that you control in a world of like fucking chaos and a life that you don't even know what's gonna fucking happen half the time. Nobody does. I feel like it's worth having that. So yeah, that's pretty much how, like, I've just been able to just deal, like, take shit, chew it up, spit it out, and keep going. I mean, it's just life. Like, it's not Barbie's dream house, and I've just had my habits for so long. I solved it. Number one, I actually fixed my shit. Number two, I had my strategy. Number three, like, I stayed the course. I stuck with it. I didn't just abandon it out of fear of, not knowing what's on the other side. And usually I will see people abandon some sort of new habit after 30, 60 days sometimes because it's too much change. And then they're going back to their old comfort level, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be health and fitness or weight loss. I mean, I've seen this happen in other shit. They just go back because they're like, oh God, I'm actually changing. This is actually happening. It's actually fucking for real. And then they're like, oh no, I'm gonna go back. I'm scared. But it's like, you're never gonna be fully ready. Like, I never could have been fully ready for what's gone on in my life, even if you had warned me that my sister was gonna get sick. Hey, my grandma and my sister were gonna die exactly 60 days apart. Shit. I never would have, I don't know what I would have said or done 15, 16 years ago. I probably would have been chicken shit as hell, honestly. I was very meek and wallflowery. And a lot of that had to do with my lack of boundaries with food and stuff like that. But honestly, sometimes it just happens and you just do it and you just deal and you just, like, I don't know, like, you're like Iron Man or something, or Wonder Woman or Superman. You just pick the fucking semi truck up and you just fucking throw it to the other fucking side of the road, and you're just standing there. You're like, shit, I fucking did it, man, and it's fucking awesome, and it's done, and I've kicked ass, and it's fucking freeing as hell to not be chained down to something like a food addiction or something like that, where, like, I wake up or when I go to bed, I'm the captain now. I am in control of what the fuck I want to do every single day. When I had a food addiction, I wasn't the fucking captain. The food addictions were the fucking captain. There's value in it. There's a lot of people that can't say the same. There's a lot of people that can't say the same, and I'm very fucking grateful that I can say I am the motherfucking captain now of my goddamn shit, bitches. It's awesome. It's like, if I can't even really put it into words. It's just like, you're in the driver's seat. You're in the driver's seat, and it's just like incredible. It's like more incredible than any fucking action movie scene you've ever seen in your life. Because it's you, it's your life, it's real life. You're kicking ass in real time, and it's happening. And you're like, damn, this is awesome. So that's the long or the short of it. The strategy, the actual tactical pieces, and then, like, the feeling, man. Just how it fucking feels. And I'm gonna wrap this up by saying that I'm in a launch right now for my program, the Diet Killer Plan. My last one-on-one coaching cohort is starting up as early as August 1st for early enrollment. So if you've been watching my shit, you've been looking at my content, you've been reading it, maybe we've messaged, maybe you booked a call in the past and it wasn't the right time or something, or maybe this is, you're new to me, you're a new follower, new subscriber, something like that. And you're just finding me for the first time and you're like, okay, like, I dig it, and I need this person's help. My program is 90 days. It's murder mystery themed, so the neuroscience behind that is, especially in those first 30 to 60 days, it keeps you super engaged. It's like reading a horror book like Stephen King level, and you gotta know what happens next. Like, think of your favorite Netflix thing or a book or something, and it just has you hooked in and you can't stop watching or reading it, right? So many people will abandon their weight loss mission even if they are hyper motivated in the beginning, because when we get to that 30-60 day period, that's when shit gets real. Why? Because the fuzzy feel goodies have kind of melted away for a lot of it. Life happens, shit happens, something may happen, and then you're like, shit's getting real fucking quick. And that's usually when you're tested. How strong is this foundation or not? It would be like you've built your house, right? And it's hurricane season 30 days from now, and then you got a Cat 5 hurricane coming through in Florida. That is going to test the hell out of that foundation of that house, okay? This is like, this 30 to 60 day time window is enough time where you've been in the program, you've been in a program, even if it's not mine. And then it's like, okay, we have a Cat 5 hurricane or a Cat 2 or a Cat 3, or we get a twister coming through. Maybe your house is in Kansas, okay? Or maybe it's in Buffalo, New York, and we got a fucking blizzard coming in, okay? All this shit would test the fuck out of the structure and stability of the house that you just finished building, you just got the keys into, and you just moved in 30 days ago. It's like a test. Now, sometimes crazy shit could happen a week or two in, and then you're being tested, okay? And that's good. You would want your new house to be tested sooner than later. Why? Because if you gotta fix shit, we're fixing it now. We're not fixing it 5 years from now, 10 years from now, right? So, like, I'm not saying intentionally try to create chaos in your life, but by default of what's been going on in the world since the beginning of time and just people's normal, natural lives, something's going to happen. It doesn't have to be something crazy, like multiple people dying in like 30 days or something. No, but it could be like a bad day at work, or like something your business was starting to flop, or argument or divorce, or, well, that usually is something coming for a long time, or something's gonna happen. And that's usually when people either keep going or they get off the nearest exit off the interstate to lasting weight loss success, and then they're like, oh, I got you ever had MapQuest take you on a wrong exit, okay, or Google Maps, and then you're like, fuck, I gotta do all this fucking monkey ass shit to get back up on the fucking interstate or the fucking expressway, and you're just sitting there like, fuck. That's the exhausting pattern I see people go through, because they don't have something, an extra layer that is keeping them hooked, okay? Because eventually, at some point, sometimes your motivation in the beginning is not enough, and until we have instilled these habits, locked them in, and you've been tested, and and it's just, it works, okay? Having this neuroscience hack of a murder mystery in there. It's operating the same way that all these streaming services keep you hooked. Netflix, HBO, Peacock, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, they all use this. HBO is probably the most notorious for leaving their episode on a huge fuck ass cliffhanger. And you're sitting there like, I want to watch the next episode, right? It's all happened to us. So, or a book, if you've ever read Stephen King, if you've ever read anything like horror and you're a horror junkie or something, or you're just obsessed with it like I am, and you end the chapter and you're like, shit, okay, I got it. If you've read The Shining, you know what I mean? You got to get to that next chapter. And it's in having that embedded into a fitness program, particularly a weight loss program. I've never seen it. I've never fucking seen it in my life. And I've been in fitness for 15 years and I've never seen it. So it's a huge way to ensure your success. So it's super unique. It's super awesome. It's super fun. Yeah, but there's a whole neuroscience component behind it that actually will get you better results. The entire program itself is built for your success, but this is an extra thing that is super amazing, and it will definitely keep you on the interstate without any wrong exits to your weight loss success. So I love the fact that I have that in the program. Everybody has really fucking enjoyed it. So, and more importantly than that, they've actually gotten good results with it. So if you're like, okay, holy shit, this is exactly what I've been looking for, something that is just, it's just this caliber, this level of everything, the whole enchilada, like white glove, whatever experience for weight loss, then I have two options that you can work with me. So the launch is for my next one-on-one coaching cohort, and then I have ever enrolling for my group. I'm bringing people actively into the group for weight loss during the one-on-one launch, so that way we got a lot of people in there. I take 5 people for the one-on-one per 90-day period. So I'm only taking 5 new clients for the rest of the year. They're going to get my time and my energy and my expertise on a very high fucking level. So it's why I only take 5 people. And then for the group, I'm taking up to 30 new people for the group coaching. So real quick, a frequently asked question I get is, how do you know, is one-on-one coaching or group coaching right for you? So one-on-one and group, the biggest difference is how you learn, okay? One-on-one is more expensive because you're getting one-on-one access to me, not a VA, not somebody else, and it's customized, okay? So instead of you going through the program, so the program, as soon as you buy, it's all laid out for you, okay? Now you got to download, you get like a sheet where there's just certain milestones and shit where you got to hit, and it's laid out very fucking well for you, so you can do it yourself, DIY, and then you get group coaching calls every week, which is an hour with me in a private Facebook group, and it's like a hot seat coaching. So whoever jumps on the call live, we're going to be working through different things that need to be addressed. It could vary what people need. It could be all about healthy eating strategy, or it could all be about workout strategy, or it could all be about mindset shifts, or whatever the hell is going on for in the group of people that I have in there. So it varies. There's variation, which some people love that and some people hate that. It depends on you. But the one-on-one, instead of you getting everything on day one, and people sometimes get overwhelmed. They'll see every step and it freaks them the fuck out. And then instead of taking action, they'll do nothing. Or they really need that customized support, and it's not like they can't get a result. They need a higher level of mentorship with it. So it's like, it's mentorship and higher level strategy combined. Some people really value that, and combined with the group coaching calls, it's a really awesome mix of support and group stuff and the program, and it's just right for them. But instead of you doing everything on your own time or self-paced with the group coaching calls, the one-on-one, you get a one-on-one coaching call with me every Monday or Tuesday. I highly suggest doing those calls at the beginning of every week. I've never had a client do it at the end of the week because it doesn't make logical sense for like where we're going and what we're doing for the week. So I have my methodology or the entire program curriculum broken down into 12 weekly one-on-one coaching calls. So I'm working through it with you. We're live. We're on a call just like this. So there's certain sections for each week that we're going through to launch, to strategize your strategy, launch your strategy, and optimize it for your weight loss. Basically meaning we're actually solving your root cause or building your foundation for success. And then you're in it, you're going through it, and any tweaks like that we need to make, we're tweaking them as we go, so that way you are it's a well-oiled machine. So the next Cat 5 hurricane that comes through for something crazy, your house is not blowing over into the ocean, okay? That's the best. I grew up with the Weather Channel. That's the best visual that I can make right now, okay? I'm a nerd. I grew up with the Weather Channel and Storm Stories with Jim Cantori. Me and my sister were huge Weather Channel nerds. So that's the best way that I can describe it. And it's in real time. So at the beginning of every week, every Monday or Tuesday, you get your one-on-one coaching call with me where we're working through the program brick by brick, step by step. You got the high level mentorship. You also get access to me on an app called Slack. We're not slacking here. But it's an app. If you're a business owner, you probably know what it is, or if you're in technology. It's an app where you can message me a question during the week, or mindset shift, something like that. Now, obviously you can't abuse it. You cannot be constantly messaging me on there, okay? Sometimes you gotta figure shit out for yourself. And that's the whole point of the program, is so that way you can be completely self-reliant and have your problem fucking solved. So this is really helpful if like we've gotten off the coaching call and then you're going through the next step or something, and you just got a quick question. And you're just like, look, like I just got a quick question real quick. Boom, boom, boom. 5-10 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. We're done. And you got it. You got your question answered. You're good to go. It's usually something like that cannot wait until the next week's coaching call. It's not therapy. It's not, flirtation line or something like that. It's not like you trying to message me, to get my number or something like that. It's not messaging me, like I'm your mom or something like that. It's not any of those things. Like it's literally designed so that way, if we get off the coaching call and you got a question on Wednesday or something like that, we can just get that answered. And like you don't got my personal number or some shit. It's like the Slack channel for the one-on-one coaching cohort. And if you want other people to see your question, you can. But if not, you can private message. Some people are like that. They just get embarrassed, or they may feel humiliated or something, like, oh, like I haven't figured this out yet. But I'm telling you, I've been in masterminds, I've been in coaching groups for like business where we had a private Slack. We had a Slack app for all the people in the YouTube mastermind or something like that. And it was super helpful to see other people's questions and answers too. So I'm just saying, like, it was a tool that they added in for their coaching for YouTube that was really awesome and really helpful. And it wasn't like people were constantly on there. That's not what it's for. I'm just saying, after I was in that YouTube mastermind and earlier this year, and we had that going on, I was like, shit, like I'm adding this into my one-on-one coaching because this is really helpful. So I added it into the Direct Cure plan. I want to say like March, and it's been really fucking awesome. So then the group hot seat calls are every Thursday. So it's a really nice mix of different coaching layers that you get to really solidify your foundation. But again, it highly is dependent on how you learn. So if you learn best with self-paced DIY, you're a ninja at that, and you like having group calls and stuff like that, and it's proven this is how you've gotten results in something else before, then the group ever enrolling, I have that year round. You pay in full $997 or 3 monthly payments at $337. I have it on Evergreen. You can jump in at any time. And this is the perfect time of year because I have a brand new one-on-one cohort coming in. They're also going to be on the calls too. So you're going to get more people in there. You're going to have more of a range, more learning opportunities for you too. So this is a really cool time of year to jump in on the group if that's you. And it's, kind of, you're either going to do it or you're not for one-on-one, because once this launch is done for my one-on-one group, I'm not taking one-on-one clients until January, when we start January 1st. Now, I'll have like early enroll and shit into December, and you'll see launch content and all that shit, but I won't have one-on-one clients starting until January 1st. So that's a long ways away. It's July, it's mid-July, so that's almost half a year, guys. Like, that's a long time to still be struggling. Like, I know when I was struggling with my weight loss, like, I just wanted it done. I wanted it solved. I didn't want to keep, like, having this issue year after year, and I just was sick of it. So I'm gonna leave it with that. Like, and for the one-on-one, there is money off if you do the early enroll. So I'll end it with this, and my book a call link will be below. That is if you want one-on-one, or if you need questions answered for the group coaching. If you are ready to join group coaching, I'll have the enrollment link below as well in the comments, so you can just sign up today. But the book a call link is definitely for one-on-one, because I definitely want to make sure it's the right fit. It is a higher price tag, so I do discovery calls with that before I just put the link out there. If you notice on my link in bio, I do not have the direct to buy link for the one-on-one, because it is a lot more time and energy on my part. I really want to make sure the people that are in there are a right fit, and it is a higher price tag. So I really want to make sure, like, we're good to rock and roll. So that's why I don't just put that on there. And also, I only take clients at certain times of the year. I wouldn't want somebody finding it midway through a 90-day period and just buying it and joining it, and then it's like, you know, I already got 5 people and it's maxed out, you know, and then it just gets to be this whole freaking hot ass mess that I don't do. So that's why I have the book a call link. It helps me get to know you better, get to know your goals better. So that way, also, if it is a good fit and you buy and you enroll, then that way, our very first call, I already know information about where you're at, what you've done, what hasn't worked, what your situation is, what your deal is. So that way we can make the most of our time on that very first call and hit the ground running, instead of getting all those questions answered and eating up like 10-15 minutes of time. So that's why. Then if it's not a good fit, then no hard feelings, you know, you move on, I refer you, whatever, you know. But that's why I have people fill that out before they work with me one-on-one. It really doesn't take that much of your time. It's not a big deal. If you're serious about getting a result, it's really not going to, 5 minutes of your time is not going to be anything. But I will say, if you book a call with me before August 1st and it's a good fit, you will get early enrollment perks. So what are those? You've been seeing me post about them. For the early enrollment, you get to start as early as August 1st or as late as August 5th. because it is a higher price tag. Sometimes people may need to wait until a paycheck hits or something, or they have a certain revenue coming in for their business. That's why I have a little bit longer window for people to enroll. But the wait list, the last day that you can book a call with me to get the perks is July 31st, because that enrollment link is going to be going out to everybody who has shown interest and is a good fit. First thing, morning of August 1st at 6 a.m. sharp. So you got to get the call booked sooner than later. You can't sit on it. You can't procrastinate. You get to start a month early. So instead of waiting till regular enrollment start on September 1st, you start the program in a couple weeks in August, like the first week of August. Like we will get your first call in that very first week. Now, if you join at like 5 o'clock on August 5th, yeah, it's probably going to have to be like the 6th or 7th or the 8th or something like that. But if you get in that first morning, August 1st, boom, we can book your call in for that day or the very next day. As long as everything is PGT and your payment went through, you signed the contract and everything, we can get that done sooner than later. But you also you will be finishing the week of November 1st. So you'll get an extra 30 days of coaching that you can leverage for your next level. So this program is all foundational for healthier habits and weight loss. And once you have the foundation done, maybe you want to do something like some other area in fitness, or maybe there's some other goal that you have. Like once you got the weight loss thing down pat and you're good to go, you can leverage that last 30 days of coaching that's added on for that goal. And it's added on the house for early enrollment. So there's no extra charge. It's just a bonus perk for taking action and stepping the hell up and enrolling early and saying, yep, I need to solve this. I value that and I respect the hell out of it. Also, and this will not be available for the regular enrollment start date of September 1st. Like I have a launch event coming up in August. I'm not offering the extra 30 days of coaching for that launch event for enrollments at all. So like you're either going to get this for early enrollment or you're not. That's just how I'm throwing it down. You're also not going to be able to get this much money off of the one-on-one. So I'm doing $500 off pay in full. What is pay in full? That is one payment. You pay for the full 90-day program, plus you get the 30 days for free. But you pay everything up front in full. That will be $2,497 for paying full for one-on-one with the $500 off. And then the payment plan is $999 times 3 for one-on-one. I will be offering $300 off of that. So that will break down to like $100 off per monthly payment. I think that's how Kajabi has worked it out. That is my program software host and my payment provider. So I think that's how it has broken down, where it just cuts $100 off. So instead of $999, it would be $899 per month. Which still I don't think I've ever offered a discount on the payment plan for one-on-one. So when I do the launch event end of August, now if all 5 spots are taken from early enrollment, I'm not even going to be offering one-on-one for the launch event, just a group, and be doing like $200 off or something like that for the group enrollment only. But I don't offer this very often for one-on-one. For like discounts and stuff like that. Even when I did my Halloween in June event, I did not offer money off the payment plan for the 3 monthly payment. So there's options to join. You don't have to do paying in full. You can do the monthly payment, but just be aware that if you stop paying, I stop coaching. which is fair, but I've never had that happen. Like anytime I've had somebody on like a 3Pay, I've never had that happen. Most of the time though, I've just had people pay in full just so they get it all done. But I've never had somebody like default on that, and it gets messy and it gets all headachy and all me. So I'm just saying, just FYI, just disclaimer. And also disclaimer, you actually gotta show up and all that. But my content does a really good fucking job of weeding those type of people out. So yeah, so if you pay and then you don't show up, no refund. Just FYI, yeah, like I don't deal with that. Like that's why I do the application calls and everything. So I just weed those types of people out of the woodwork because you just never know. But yeah, so that's the deal. That's what's going on. And yeah, so this is the last time for the 101 for the year. Early enrollment perks, you just got it right from the horse's mouth of what's going on for that. The launch event in the end of August is going to be a 5-day free challenge with option to upgrade to VIP for like $27-37, something like that, to get like the access to the replays and all that for life. But here's my deal. That 5-day challenge is really reserved for people that are like new to me. I'll be running cold ads to it. Ads of people. It's going to be retargeting people who have seen my ads for like my new freebie, the healthy meal files. It's going to be for people that find me on places like TikTok and Instagram, stuff like that, and they don't really know me that great too yet. And they're like, I really like this chick. She's got this. She knows what she's doing, but I'm not sure if I want to work with her yet. So that's the whole point of the 5-day challenge, right? So my advice for you. If you've been on my Facebook, you've been on my social media, you've been watching my shit, you even messaged me, maybe you commented that you need weight loss help, maybe you got a call blitz or something like that, like, apply. Really? Like, what's the worst that could happen? I tell you that you're not a good fit, really? But chances are, like, most of the time, the people who do apply, I do a good job of weeding out the people who are not a good fit, and then they're a good fit. So and even if you're not a good fit, when we're on the call, I'm going to give you a tip, your next best step, boo. You could go, I'll refer you. If there's somebody else in the fitness industry that is another wheelhouse, maybe for some reason you book a call and you have no interest in weight loss and you want to go learn how to run a marathon, I'm going to be like, boo, I'm not a marathon coach, but I know somebody who is, and then I just refer you. It's not a big deal. To like take the next step. It's not scary. I'm not scary. Like, look, I'm chill. Like, it's not going to be no thing. Like, it's 15 minutes of your time. What's the worst that can happen? Okay, so just kind of put your mind at some ease here. That it's not this whole bit scary. Like, oh my god, I'm going to apply to this thing and it's scary. No, wait, no. If you're not a good fit, if you're not in my wheelhouse of expertise, I'm gonna either give you the next best step for you to take based on my experience in fitness, or I'm gonna refer you to somebody who knows how to train for marathons and shit like that. It's not my wheelhouse of expertise. Weight loss is, boo. Okay, so it's really not scary. I don't want you to be scared. There's no reason to be scared. You're going to be a little bit scared maybe anyway. Some butterflies in your stomach. It's not going to be no thing, because sometimes it's intimidating when somebody has had a result for so many years and you're like, oh man, they're going to judge me. Nah, it's okay. Like, I've had so many good calls with people. Like, and I always have a good call with people. Like, I can't even think of one time when I had a bad application or discovery call with somebody. It's really, I enjoy it. There's some business owners that are like, oh no, I don't want to do these calls. No, but like, I want to see your face. It's a Google Meet. It's really not scary. I want to see you. I want to get to know you. I want to know how the hell I can help take you from A to B. And especially if we're going to be working one-on-one for 3 months, like, I don't just care about the money. Like, I want to know who you are as a human. How can I help you? Like, that's why I'm here in a service-based industry. Like, I'm not just here just for shits and giggles. Like, I care about it. I care about you. And I want to see you have the motherfucking success you deserve. So I'm going to put the application call link in the comments below. And I'm also going to put the group enrollment there. So if that's your jam and that's what you need, you can go ahead and get started. I'm going to pop off here. I'm actually motherfucking Corf. I'll catch you later.